Hi, I'm Christy, your cybersecurity engineer, and we are back again this month with Farhamak to discuss yet again another cybersecurity topic. Last month, we talked about phishing attacks. What are they and what can we do in order to protect ourselves from them? And we mentioned that these phishing attacks are a part of a larger method which is called social engineering. And social engineering, as we mentioned, is basically a method used by attackers to manipulate the human behavior. And this month, that's exactly what we are going to talk about. But we are going to stop at other techniques which are used in the spectrum of social engineering. So let's start. Another method that is actually a very old school one is phone scams. Before the phishing attacks even existed, this was the original form of scamming, which was through phone calls, of course. Basically, phone scams consisted in attackers calling a person, their targeted user, and demanding their personal information. They would do so by impersonating a person's identity, or organization or company, and they would ask for the user their personal information or sensitive data. Another form is baiting. Baiting is actually very interesting because it's a form of social engineering attack that tries to manipulate the human behavior by using the human curiosity. Just like a bait, an attacker would leave around infected devices and just wait till a user would pick it up and to be curious enough to see what kind of information has inside it. So what would the user do? Would just pick an infected device, for example, let's say an infected USB drive, and take that USB drive and just put it in their personal device. And the moment they put it inside their device, basically it might infect the whole system, it might cause corruption, data leaks, etc., etc. Another form of social engineering attack is also tailgating. It is called tailgating, like to tail someone. It's a very interesting term, and it's also a very interesting form of social engineering attack, because in this case, it requires for the attacker to be physically present at the scene. Well, the main objective of the attacker in this case is to get inside a specific organization or company. But in these cases, this type of buildings, let's say, or entities are safely guarded and require a check-in process. So what would the attacker do? Would just wait around and steal away the check-in card, for, let's say, for example, of a specific user or an employee of a company, or just replicate the check-in card. And the moment they do so, they basically have access to the whole building and their information inside it. Another form is called scareware, which is basically a combination of phishing attacks that we explained last month with malware. And it uses also the fear factor. So basically it sends notification to the user and uses the panic mode. It gives away scary messages and it demands for the user to take very concrete actions straight away. So basically by doing so, they manipulate the user into partaking actions that they don't really want to do because they're scared, of course. So in general, these are a few other methods, let's say, which are used in the spectrum of social engineering. And the advices for this type of techniques are basically the same and are very, very simple. So what we suggest, and everyone suggests in this type of cases, and in everyday scenario, is firstly to not trust straight away strangers. Do not give away your trust to strangers. Always double check every single information or sensitive information that you are sending away. Confront the other person who is in the other side and confirm their identity if they are legitimate or if they are just another scam. And most importantly, do not act straight away. Stop for a moment, take a deep breath, and then think what you are doing, and then you can take the other action, if it's needed or not. So this was all for today, and if you have any other suggestions that you would like for us to talk about, please leave a comment in the section comment down below. And also, if you are curious to know more about this type of techniques or any other cyber topics, then I suggest you take a look at our main website. Thank you so much for your time and see you next month. Bye!